Wait, did y'all say 80?
Yes. Yes.
Trey Kinsey, driver of the 80. Sponsored by Skittles Sweet Heat. Starting dead last.
Jess Shelton, you're up next.
Jessica Shelton, driver of the 9 Toyota Camry, also wants to make a big shout out to Team Wrecking Ball.
Seth?
Seth Cole, driver of the number 78 Big Duck, world's largest big rubber duck, Toyota Camry for Fortnite Squad Racing. Shout out to Tarnation TV for the broadcast tonight, Blaine and my fellow Skyrush spectator, Andrew Miller.
Zach?
Zach Armstrong, number 103, Benford Dodge.
Starting 24th in car 22, sponsored by Maverick Board Riding Company, Benjamin Snyder from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. A shout out to my family, my friends from Autism Surfs, Park City Mountain, the National Ability Center, Live Reality Games Group. Good luck to everybody in the race tonight, and thank you to Tim for sponsoring the broadcast, and thank you to Blaine and Andrew for coming out and broadcasting tonight. Tim, number 93.
Tim Goulet, Rise Motorsport, Max Buchanan Foundation Chevrolet, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Jordan, is your mic on mute? Number 98. You have Jordan Bruton, the number 98.
Hello, my name is Jordan, driver of the 98, and shout out Team Wrecking Ball.
Justin Terrell, you're up next. Number 37. Justin Terrell driving the 37. Mike Carroll, you're up next.
Number 35, Mike Carroll driving the Liquor What? Creamfield Beavers car for Lemon Squad Gang Racing. And shout out to all our guys over at Mondays of Thunder and the rest of the guys in the field.
27.
Mark Snyder driving the Landlord Leasing for Benjamin Snyder Racing. Hails from Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Ulysses Sandoval, driver of the 096 Toyota Camry, starting in 18th. Big shout out, of course, to Team Wrecking Ball and all my teammates.
47. Michael Earl, you're up next. Michael Earl in the 47 for Rise Motorsports.
Hello, Buddy Campos, number 8 of Houston, Texas. In the Ford of the Freddie Lorenzen throwback for my Rocky City Hill racing team. I would like to give a shout out to my brother, James, if he's out there watching. I said, love you, bro. And my family. And I'll just hope for great racing today.
610. Dalton, you're next. Dalton Reed in the 6N for LZ Sports. Matt, you're up.
Matt McIntyre driving the 738 Big Duck Toyota for Fortnite Squad Racing from Newburgh, Indiana.
Zachary, you're next, 32.
Zachary Hall from Decatur, Texas, driving the 32 Chick-fil-A Lexus with Solomon JLP Racing.
61. Anthony, you're up.
Anthony McCurry, driver of the 61 Coca-Cola Toyota for Fortnite Squad Racing out of Richmond, Virginia.
I'm sick.
Tate.
Tate Dorsey, driver of the Flow Racing Ford from Omaha, Nebraska. Go Big Red.
137.
As Hiller, driver of the 137 from Columbia, South Carolina. For Soap City
23.
Racing.
23. Dylan, Livingood, you're up next. We have Dylan Livingood in the 23 for High Voltage Media Productions, Revolution Racing.
Dallas Shake, 082, hailing out of Louisville, Kentucky, looking for a good time tonight.
JLP.
Joseph Lanny Pavlon, driver of the number 68 World Racing Media FAU Lexus for Solomon JLP Racing, starting 7th.
Keith.
You're up,
next.
buddy.
This is Keith Hughes. I hit the whisper button, sorry. Driver of the 82 Visible Honda. Shout out to Buddy Campos and his birds because they're always chirping in my ear.
Santiago, 81.
Here, number 81, Santiago Gutiérrez, driver for Lima, Peru, representing Team Choclito. Lucas, qué pedazo de cono eres.
RJ.
Oh yeah, driver of the 77 Toyota Camry, RJ Bishop, from somewhere in Cactus
Arizona.
House, or I don't know. Big shout out to Team Wrecking Ball, of course.
Nick.
Nicholas Gunther, driver number 55, Big Duck Toyota, representing Fortnite Squad Racing in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
24.
He said his mic's not working, so go ahead.
Xander
Sandoval.
Levi in the 24, starting 2nd. And last but not least, our pole sitter.
Howdy, y'all. Phil Parker, number 25, Navy Ford. I want to shout out to RV2 Motorsports, and thank you to all the men and women that serve our country. And I am from the deepmost point of Louisiana, home of Louisiana, where every day feels like Mardi Gras.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Blaine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blaine. Hope you enjoyed the show from up there.
Yeah.
Especially high.
Tell me how good of a view we got of the Big Duck from there.
That means my spotter left me. Beep, 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 beep.
Nah, all the spotters are big focused on the Duck.
Ow.
You're back down here now.
Interesting. Oh, there it goes. Hey, Andrew, what's happening?
hey, yeah. You might want to double check and make sure that your voice is coming through on the stream. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I just noticed that the mic cut out, so that's cool. But yeah, we'll just do it again. Thank you very much to the High Velocity Racing League here, the Maverick Cup Series, the Max Buchanan Foundation 200 presented by Rise Motorsports this evening. And like I was saying to all the drivers, congratulations to Phil Parker for the pole. Thank you very much for everybody else who showed up this evening to race. We have a full field ahead of us. And yeah, Dover, the Monster Mile, we're going to get this thing done properly. So thanks for joining me, Andrew. Thanks for the assist.
Oh, dude, it has been so long since I've been in the booth for really any of these, whether it was on my end or someone else's. And I mean, good grief, when was the last time I called a race on Tarnation TV? I think it has been at least a couple years. So
it's been a while,
a very long time. We're already jumping to the race, but no, yeah, I'm stoked and I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, it should be a really good one. I mean, there's a lot of people out here tonight too. So this is a small track. What are we looking at? 1 mile, I believe.
1 mile. Tough track. I actually ran some laps in practice. It's a little tight, but not super duper. I imagine tire wear is definitely going to be a big factor. Pretty sure it's on ×2 wear, so we'll probably be looking at about a 40 to 45 lap pit window, and a lot of different driving styles here. It's going to be interesting.
So what's the pit window?
Like 40 to 45-ish.
40 to 45.
Roughly
Okay.
guess it.
Are they running 2X?
If they are, then that's what it should be.
Okay.
Just based on past experience.
Right. That's cool, man. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm trying to remember the length of Dover. They call it the Monster Mile for a reason.
It is a mile.
Yeah, it might
it is
be
my
a
home
mile
track.
long. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But, I mean, it's a toss-up between that and Pocono. However, I consider Dover definitely be the home track here. But yeah, we got a good crew here. We got a few guys running the duck colors, and oh boy, hey, I don't know. This will be interesting. JTN's been covering a lot of these, so I guess we'll just see what happens. Uh-oh.
Oh, are we going?
I think they're resetting. Yep.
Are they racing? Or are we gridding? It looks like we're gridding up.
Reset.
I am retiring my car.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I'll go do the same thing.
Currently scrolling the points after 10 races here at the Maverick Cup Series. You'll see the top 20 on the left and the scroll on the right side of your screen with the remainder of the drivers. It's just 2 slides. It's kind of just alternate back and forth. So if you can see your name on there, if you're doing your thing.
A lot of guys for their first race at Daytona, they had over 70 drivers attempt the race.
They had to have like knockout heats for days on that, because they had, like you said, something like 70 drivers show up, so they had to have like heat races and to qualify for that monster of a race. That was a huge event. That's probably the most drivers I've ever seen show up for one single race in this game.
The one race that I had actually attempted was Las Vegas, and that was over 50. I had to qualify in on speed, and I barely did. But hey, you got some fast guys out here. You got Phil Parker on pole. I think that's Xander Levi up there in second, and then 2 of the duck cars, Nick Gunther, RJ Bishop. I think we are coming to the green flag here for 125 laps around this challenging Monster Mile. As you said, we'll see if Miles is going to have a good meal tonight.
Yeah, this track is something else. It's so fast for being so small, the super high banking and all that stuff. So here we go, green flag racing.
Not a lot of grip on that restart. A lot of guys getting sideways.
Currently focused on the 55 of Nick Gunther there, taking that inside line.
That guy's spinning at the back here. Jessica Shelton is around. Elson Rodrigo and Seth Cole.
Oh, 82 of Keith Hughes gets hooked up in the corner there too.
Oh, and that's going to be bad.
Yeah, do they run damage here?
Moderate, I believe.
Oh, no. Yeah, they do, definitely. Yeah, Keith's got a bumper issue, to say the least, on that one.
Oh, and now he's over.
So yellow flag.
Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Keith. I'm sorry. That was, I think that's Dalton Shake in the 082. That was my fault.
The 082. Let's take a look. Let's go into instant replay here and check it out. Yeah, that first couple of laps is a tough one because the tires are cold, man. Like, it's not going to be, you got to let these things get warmed up, especially here. Pushing up out of the corners and, overshooting entry points and stuff. Yeah, it got into the back of Keith there a little bit. That caused...
we got the 82 and the 082, so that was where the confusion was.
Oh, right. The 0 does not need to be put on the car if it is, in fact, the first number.
It can be very, very tiny. I actually came in under the 047, and I just made the 0 very, very small.
Oh, you can't actually see that on the 082. It actually is super small down in the corner there.
Yeah, it's like, hey, as long as the number matches, that'll do it. It's kind of while we're under caution here. We already got a lot of people in the chat from a little bit earlier and currently. JoJo Network and Rise Motorsports were both in there. Dylan Young was in there. David McGuire, Ulysses, who's of course racing Kate Dorsey as well. Hey Kai, and EJ Designs, who apparently painted that 24 up there.
And if anybody's wondering, the shared folder for NASCAR 2003 goes in the tracks folder.
Oh, that was that was
it was a long day at
ordeal.
work. That was the reason for the delay. Is for some reason I was unpacking the shared folder for this track because it's the Monster Mile, and I'm like, I don't know why it's not working, and it wasn't working because, well, I was putting the shared folder in the root.
In the wrong place.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Hey, we've all been there, man. Don't worry about it.
I think so. Yeah, like you were saying, it's stuff like that just happens. It was a long day at work, and I'm like, okay, well, let's be a little bit more professional and see, figure out why this game's not working. But it's working now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said it out loud. We found the problem. Here we are, where the broadcast is up and running, and that's what matters.
That's it. So apparently the Big Duck is here, right? They've put it in the track somewhere. So can we actually find it?
It is in turn 3.
Oh, it's over there.
So if you go on board with one of these guys as they're going down the back straightaway, you will see it in the infield turn 3.
On board? Not necessary. We got Tarnation TV super duper drone cam. That is a Big Duck. So we've got
restart. Oh goodness gracious!
Should we have Duck cam?
We've got wrecking on the front stretch is what we got going on here. Ooh,
okay, so we'll just keep looking at the Duck then, because we don't like violence here at Tarnation TV.
We got some viewers that certainly are enjoying it. I'm looking at you, Kai. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I know Kai, so
that's the thing.
I'm giving him some nonsense. But,
every time you start poking somebody, I have a feeling I know why.
Yeah, but yeah. This track is so low on grip just based on what I'm seeing on these restarts. The front row, Phil Parker and Xander Levi both got so sideways.
And it looks like the number 8 of Buddy Campos there, he was having some lag issues. That didn't cause the accident though. He was kind of all by himself up there.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a bad time.
Trying to get on the 37 there. Yeah, he was just kind of disappear, come back in quick succession there.
Yeah, I'm watching back the stream here, and I see you zooming in on that giant duck.
On the duck, yeah. I had to fire up drone cam.
I forgot that you could do that.
Yep. You are able to use free cam in a live race as long as it's not live. So if you do a quick pause, you can use free cam, and thank you to Tyler Mallon for free cam, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to fly around in the drone.
One high-tech drone you got there, you know that?
I'm getting good at it. It's great for taking still pictures.
Take some flying there. Shout out to 47 there of I think that's Michael Earl, I wanted to say. That's my number. So,
Michael Earl, number 47.
So we're proud,
yep.
Michael.
It almost looks like your car. You drive like a blue and black car like that too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that thing is really close to my my bomb squad scheme.
Yeah, it's sponsored by Logitech, the number 47. Logitech car.
Joshua Mercurio coming out here in the very familiar pink and blue colors that I'm familiar seeing him race a lot with, the 86. That's another number that I run.
Yeah, if he ever changed his paint scheme, we wouldn't even know where Josh was.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of guys that just run a series of different sponsors and different colors, but there are some guys that stick to a very dedicated sponsor and a certain set of colors. One of those guys, actually, Allison Rodrigo, he always runs that bright green in almost every league that I see him in. A couple other guys that come to mind. I mean, even you, or when I was racing you a few years ago, you had a very distinct font of 72 every time.
Every time,
I can't remember which team it was. But, I distinctly remember that.
Yeah, I sort of had that font. It was always like when you do paint design, you try to have a thing where no matter what you're going to do, there's always something on the car that's the same. If it's a Rodney Sullins paint job, he's going to have his little Rodney Sullins logo on there somewhere on the quarter panel. Me, it was the font. or sometimes there's a pinstripe across the spoiler. But not all mods allow you to paint the spoiler, so sometimes I can't do that. But it was that font. I just sort of lean on that font.
All right, let's see if they're maybe going to be restarting in a higher gear this time. Here we go. More clean that time. You guys getting a little sideways at the back there. Let's see if they're able to keep it pointing in the right direction.
So
far, we're all over the place here. 24s. Whoa!
Big slide up the track by Snyder there in the 27.
Full contact on the 24. The second place starter is sideways. Oh, goodness. He just got hit there by the 47. Around goes the 8.
Mark's. Oh, I got to remember Mark's Snyder because we got more than one. Caution is up. Yep.
So I wonder if they had maybe the cooldown going on. Whoa, phone call.
That is super loud. Super, super loud.
But was that the drone operator asking for a raise?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wait, no, you're the drone operator.
Probably running out of fuel in the drone. I got to land to get gas. I got to remember to say Mark Snyder and Ben Snyder, and we got a whole bunch of Snyders in here. Ben Snyder, let's see. Ben Snyder, Mark Snyder. There's only 2 today? I thought there was more than 2.
And Mark Snyder is actually Ben's dad.
Yes. I thought there was 3 Snyders. Maybe there is only 2 Snyders. So this is Papa Snyder in the 27.
Papa Snyder, and then the league admin himself in the 22. That's a tough break there for Xander Levi. Started second. Was looking solid, but then just, I think, got caught out by those cold tires, and see you later.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to let these things get warmed up. Once they get warmed up, they get hooked up pretty good. We're talking about Xander Levi. We're looking at him right there. Getting caught back up to the end of the field there now. Like you said, it's unfortunate. You know, you qualify way up front, but anything can happen in a race because qualifying, you're all by yourself.
And especially 125 laps. I mean, he's also got plenty of time, to try to get back up there. But, he's going to have a mountain to climb, but man, that thing is looking, that Exalta car. Great job by, I think that was EJ Designs in the chat who painted that thing. So that thing is really sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome paint schemes, man. Like, it's so much talent in this community for everything, you know. If you need a big duck, we can make one of them and stick it on the track. And, you know, if you need a paint job, you need a camera drone thing, like all this stuff was not possible. And now it is. And it's such a cool thing. And people just keep trying and pushing and just trying to break this thing. And they just can't break this game.
Today, I mean, and yeah, as you said, I mean, normally these things would probably break the code or do something, and yet they're coming up with all this stuff. Shout out to a Team Big Duck here tonight. We got 5 of the same car that's sponsored by the Big Duck. Nick Gunther, RJ Bishop, Seth Cole. I'm pretty sure I'm missing 1 or 2 there.
But, we're currently focused on RJ Bishop. So, do you ever wonder? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I actually met up with Seth Cole and Dylan Young. Who else was there? Nick and yeah. Oh my God, yeah. How can I forget Nick? Nick was there too. I met up with them on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh no way! Actually meeting them in person.
Yeah, they were actually in my neck of the woods. They were at an amusement park only 30 minutes away from me.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I guess I could say it. It was Hershey Park. So
yeah, we're just sitting on the hood there of the 77. The Duck is actually driving the car.
Now that is one talented Duck. Let me tell you what. As around goes the 082.
So he had a big jump on that because he was actually at the back and actually had the run, but the yellow came out.
37.
Rewind that there, see what happened.
37 really went flying more in there. I vote for more comically large ducks. I can agree to that. I think next season for this race, the entire infield, just nothing but ducks, although that would probably crash the game.
How much RAM do you have? Yeah, they fanned out a lot going into turn 1 there, and the 082 went around, got loose.
Yeah.
Whoa, threading the needle there, too. That was a pretty good shot there. The number 37 car seemed to get through that pretty good. Justin Terrell.
Yeah, not too bad. But, I mean, yeah, all things considered, I mean, you got a few guys with damage, but when they're coming into the pits, it's not bad enough that it's really causing them much issue. Really, no one looks that much worse for wear once they get everything fixed. So that's like kind of the luxury of a track like this. Because we only have one retiree, the 103 of that would be Zach Armstrong has retired from the race, going to finish in the 30th position. 2 cars a lap down, the 8 and the 98. Everyone else going to be on the lead lap here still.
And that's the thing with damage on a track like this, too. It is a short track, so damage, you know, it comes into play, but it doesn't affect you as much as it would as a super speedway.
Or even like a full-on mile and a half. Like, Dover's a weird, like, transitional track between, like, kind of like your cookie cutter mile and a half and a short track.
Right.
It's a hybrid kind of it, just with much higher banking. So it's really its own unique animal, and so trying to tackle it in the right way is a really, really massive challenge. I think we're going to get one of these guys back on the lead lap here via the free pass.
Yep.
Go. That's the wrong button.
Just saw him speed ahead.
Can you
there.
tell it's been a while?
Yes. Buddy Campos going around. Yes, but the lights are off, so we will go green next time by.
The Kaiju Kid in the YouTube chat also rooting for the 24.
Yeah, this track seems, especially when you're driving it, it seems a lot bigger than it is.
Oh, it's huge. It's way wider than it looks. Again, I was running some laps on this track just during practice while you were kind of getting things up and running. And again, it's very tight, but not tight enough that it causes too much of a problem. But it's definitely going to come into play if we do get any long runs. But the thing, though, with those, when the track is tight like this, it's deceivingly loose on the restarts, and I think that's why we're having kind of the trouble that we are right now.
Yeah, I always found playing this thing a good 4 to 5 laps of kind of just taking it easy really does hook the car up a lot. Yellow is out.
Yeah, but that was our league admin right there, getting caught up in an incident. I think may have been the 082 again. I'm not positive. I think they just had another retiree, the 610. I think just pulled it behind the wall. Dalton Reed will be out of this one.
My stats are showing some black flags, but those will probably be cleared. That'll happen on the restarts.
Yeah, that's kind of the one caveat that you really can't fix in this game is we got another spinner there on the slowing down, but is black flags being thrown on the double file restarts, because probably 90% of leagues out there do the double file restarts.
Yep.
But the game doesn't compute that because it's running by 2003 rules. So it's like, oh, you just passed on the inside. That's not allowed. You can't do that.
Yep. And then it's just the administrators have that on a hotkey where they can just sit there and just clear flags all day.
Yeah.
But there's leagues that won't. You know, there's leagues that won't clear any flags. So you know what? Pass to the right or don't, or just don't pass to the left.
Yeah, and I mean that's a cool thing. Another thing about this league, or this game, is that there's so many leagues out there that there's really something for everyone. Small, big, different physics, different rule sets. You'll find something that really works for you if you do have any semblance of wanting to do any kind of sim racing. But iRacing maybe isn't quite for you yet. And I think that this is a great place to be. I know a lot of guys that got their start here that went on to iRacing and did some great things. So It's a great place to be. And I even know that some actual ARCA drivers have attempted this series.
Really?
Yes, he told me that. I think it was Willie Mullins attempted Daytona. Mike Seneca has attempted a few races as well.
In NASCAR 2003 season. That's amazing.
In this game, in this very series.
That's awesome. Getting ready to go green here. Lights are off on the pace car. Thanks again to Maverick Cup Series for hiring Tarnation TV to cover JT. I think JTN does most of the broadcasting here, so they're not able to do it the next couple of weeks, so you got to put up with us.
Yeah, put up with, well, I mean, put up with me. I think Blaine's doing fine.
I try.
Hey, as you can tell, we at the end of the day, we're just having fun, and we're being kind of laid back here. And honestly, I think that's really cool about kind of what you do, Blaine. You're definitely just a little more kind of laid back. You have a little more fun with it. JGN, what they do is, I mean, your guys' styles are very different, but at the same time, I love you both for those reasons.
Thanks, man.
You guys do
Yeah,
a great job of bringing it to the masses.
Yeah, it's fun to be able to do this type of thing, because this is another thing that nobody ever thought would be possible, but it is. And we are green again. Do you ever think the guys that created this thing get on YouTube and accidentally stumble across a broadcast and go, holy crap, people are still playing our game?
Oh, surely. As Jessica Shelton is spinning around on the back straightaway. But
wow.
Oh, goodness gracious. There goes Papa Snyder.
Yeah, Papa Snyder got a load of bumper and was looking at the sky, to say the least. See if we
the
can...
big duck ain't flying. It's not the right place to look. Oh, he just also has pulled it behind the wall.
He has retired or either towed. I'm not 100% sure.
And it's not showing him in the pit stall. So, yep, accident. Showing retired. We also have another driver out.
Oh, wow, that is a big hit.
37, Justin Terrell.
Try to get an angle on this.
Drivers out of this thing. We're on lap 23 of 125.
Yeah, he went right into that wall and then 100% got tagged coming off of that wall. So, unfortunately for Mark Snyder, it looks like he has retired for this evening.
Yeah, at least his kiddo's keeping it going. Yeah, credit to Benjamin Snyder. I mean, the one of the main head honchos here, along with Keith Hughes. But you know you're doing something impressive when you're getting the car counts that you are at the beginning of the season, and even at this point in the season, you're still reeling in 30 guys.
Yeah,
that is insanely impressive. So credit to him. I mean, good Lord, 70 plus.
Yeah,
the first race.
Yep.
How do you compare to that?
It's wild. I tried qualifying for that thing and I didn't make it in.
I mean, I didn't, and yet, yeah, that just shows you there's plenty of.
Because he had to have like 2 or 3.
There's a lot of interest in this thing.
Yep. All these years later.
Paid to Big Duck.
Oh yeah, I think I saved that camera. I think we do have Duck Cam. For those of you who want to see Duck Cam, we have Duck Cam.
Duck Cam, you got the Ally Bridge right near there. That bridge perfectly leads you to the duck.
Yep.
I mean, that duck. I was there for the cup race in real life, and the fact that they had the duck and now it has officially turned into like a community-wide meme, pretty much. And here it is, and I love it.
So is the duck? It was never like, it was always the Monster Mile thing that was there, and then I don't know what they call that guy, the big dude that's holding the car up front.
Oh yeah, that's Miles.
And then is that his
Miles
name?
The Monster. Yep,
Miles the Monster.
Miles
okay.
the Monster hit because the track's a mile long, so they
Gotcha.
a very clever play on words there.
Yep. That's funny.
But then they had this giant inflatable duck, like kind of out toward like, what's the term I'm looking for? They're just kind of out in like the hospitality area.
Oh, okay.
Got that going green here. Phil Parker has pretty much led every single lap so far. Looks like had another spinner somewhere back here. Oh goodness, more cars airborne. Oh my, that may have been the highest we've seen of cargoes so far. That was Matt
really?
McIntyre.
Who was
And
it?
someone's stuck on the wall. Matt McIntyre in the 738 went flying, and the 98 is smoking.
Oh, he might be forced out of this one. That he looks like he's got some gnarly damage on the front of that car
That's
and
gonna
the
be at
back
least
too.
2 guys out of that thing. Let me take a look at this. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not stepping over you.
Oh no, go for it.
It kinda
McIntyre,
sounds like it
yeah, he
sometimes.
tagged the apron, locked him up. He actually had it saved, but then there was another accident behind him that looked like it was he was basically clear, but there was people I mean, the people behind him, of course, they see the checkup, but they're trying to check up, and then they just, yeah, that's not a good scene.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was the 98 and the 22 that got together as they were trying to avoid it. I mean, trying to make that transition onto the flat with how high banked it is here. That was tough for the 22, but there was nowhere really else for the 98 to go. He committed to the lane he was in. You can't abort a mission that quickly and shoot it to the outside without causing other issues. So kind of a bad deal there.
Wrong place, wrong time for everybody involved on that one, to say the least. Currently looking at the points again here after 10 races. Keith Hughes is the leader in the points so far, 1,542 points. Josh Mercurio, 56 behind him with 1,486 points. And Nick Gunther, 69 points behind the leader with 1,476 points. And then we have a 290-point gap, Tate Dorsey. So there's a fairly close crew there in position 1, 2, 3 on the overall standings, and then a big jump to almost 300-point gap. It's just the consistency of the top 3.
Yeah. And I'll send a shout out here to Nick Gunther. He was telling me kind of about how things have been going for him, and it's been feast or famine for the driver, the number 55. He has 3 wins, 4 DNFs.
3 wins, 4. Oh, wow. And we've only raced 10 races.
Yeah, let that tell you something.
Jeez.
And I think 3 of those DNFs were mechanical failures.
Right. Huh.
Based on what he told me.
Yeah, it's like, would you rather be like consistent and just finish 12th every race, or would you rather have that luck and like win a whole bunch, but then also blow up as well? You know, like.
Oh yeah.
Consistency obviously is the name of the game, but winning ain't a bad thing either.
No, I mean, that 82, I think is showing that consistency is probably where it's at. But if that 55 can keep a good run going here tonight, that 82 is going to be probably a little bit worried, but we still got a long way to go. As man, there's that slippery restart. Anthony Mercuri's going to take the lead here in the 61. First time we've seen someone lead other than 25.
Yep. Focus on the 61 right there, right now. Anthony Mercury. It's a cool looking paint job too, that Coca-Cola. Man, these guys are racing these things almost sideways. You can see them pushing hard.
It doesn't look like they're conserving, but they are. I'm watching the corner speeds. They are way down from where they were in practice.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing like 147 in the apex of that turn there on the 61. What were they rolling in practice?
About 51, probably.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they're a good 5, 6, 7 mile an hour low. Low balling.
Got a green flag run going here.
Phil Parker is the pole sitter. The 25 is currently sitting in second place. Behind him, Keith Hughes and Alison Rodrigo.
There's Nick Gunther hanging out in 5th at the moment. Probably saving his stuff. I am not surprised in the slightest. I know Nick. I've raced with him for almost as long as I've been in this game. There's a lot of these guys that I haven't raced against, so that's why I can't really speak for them quite as much. But I know Nick. He's hanging back for a reason. That's why you see him going as slow as he is. He's going to be marching his way back to the front here if this thing continues to go green. Oh,
Really
goodness.
Focused on the 80 there, that Skittles car, Trey Kinsey. Trey Kinsey. Lost the line a little bit there. And who got underneath from the 32 there? Zachary Hall. But all these guys got their lines.
Yeah, they all got different lift points, a lot of different levels of experience. And Blaine, I'll just point this out to you. You cannot take a guess of how many different manufacturers are in this race. There are so many that it's insane.
I'm seeing Lexus and I'm seeing Honda, and of course the usual Camrys and Fords and Chevys. Now there's no shortage of different templates and different models of cars, and it's crazy, man.
Don't quote me on this, but I think Joshua Mercurio is driving a Cadillac.
Let's find out. We can always use Joe Cam to find out. Mercurio driving to 86. I think you're right. Yep, that is definitely a Cadillac.
Then you got Dodge Dart further back there as well.
I saw that one, yep.
That's, yep. I think that's Mike Carroll, 35.
There's Ulysses Sandoval in the 96.
I think one of the drivers that ended up retiring, I think, was driving a Lincoln.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Joseph Lane Pavlon going around 47's around as well. Oh, goodness.
Ulysses able to sneak his way through that stuff. Yellow flag in the air. Currently looking at our retired drivers. We have Zach Armstrong, Dallas Shake, Dalton Reed. Justin Terrell has been ejected. That's the reason that I am seeing on his status. Ejected. Accident, Ben Snyder. Accident, Mark Snyder. And an engine header, Jordan Bruton.
Ouch.
So Jordan Bruton lost a motor.
Yeah, I think that he was one of the guys that was involved in that airborne accident that we saw.
Yeah. Everybody looks like they will come down pit road. A couple of them decide to stay out. The Ducks. Team Duck. even Team Duck with no hood.
That's Matt McIntyre. He also went airborne. He's still in this thing. Uh-oh.
Sign at the end of pit road. Lucky dog, pit first time by. Immediately pass the field to regain your lap.
Yeah, how often do you see on track that you got the instructions?
Yeah.
Plastered right there on the track for you.
Yep.
That's something I need, honestly.
Yeah, it's like a highly modified custom version of the track, and they can get pretty specific.
I mean, yeah, you've got that. You got the Duck.
Yep.
I think it was. I'm wanting to say in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I wanted to say it was Tate Dorsey that made these edits to this version with the Duck and with the with those panels.
See, like I can do like MIP replacements, which is the textures, but I don't even know what he's doing with that Duck thing. He actually had to make a 3DO file for that. That's pretty wild.
It's not a bad looking Duck either.
No, and you can't go too crazy with it because if it's too complicated, it'll like lag people's game, right? So, couple of big spheres, stuff like that.
A couple little dots for eyes.
Gotta keep it simple because this old engine can only hold so much stuff, and depending what mod you're using too, you might end up having a mod that's very intensive on the computer, so you don't want to be throwing, high definition, highly textured duck models out there. Green flag, the beginning of lap 42.
Very mishmash field here. We got a few guys that stayed out here, probably because they may have pitted earlier. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, and that was not going to end well. And there around they go.
Every single car on planet Earth. Oh, what happened there? Man.
Whoa!
Yeah, the oohs and the ahs. I don't even know where.
Sandoval.
Sandoval.
Living up to the Team Wrecking Ball nickname, unfortunately.
Yep. The Wrecking Ball Sandoval.
And shout out to you, Ulysses. I love that man. Oh my goodness.
There's Tate Dorsey there.
And I was correct. It was Dorsey that made these edits.
Cool. Going to go into replay mode. What's a good one to focus on, Ulysses?
Oh, yeah. Either Ulysses or Zachary Hall.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, they went airborne into the fencing there. Going to have to get fence crew out there to tighten those bolts. Catch Fence did its job, though.
Another 2 guys out of the race.
Oh, we almost
47.
got through it. You know what's weird, though? That's the same spot where the other 2 cars got hooked together and just went for a fly up into the stands there.
Yeah, netcode is a lovely thing. In NR, unfortunately, and it's not really anyone's fault. I mean, it's just an old game, and it all takes just a little bit of lag at one given point. And then, 2 cars just kind of merge together briefly, and physics don't know what to do with that.
That's the thing when you
happen.
End up clipping inside of another car like that and physically become one. The game will just launch you.
Unfortunately, yeah. But thank you, Matt and Bob, for the. Let's see. Tate just said, "I tried my best on the duck. It's not great, but it's duck shape."
It's a duck shape, exactly. That's the thing. The duck, you can't get too complicated because, like I say, it'll just lag the game, but it definitely gets the job done, and we know what we're looking at.
And now I want to see that at Talladega this year.
Yeah.
Seth, if you're watching, put that on one of the billboards or something. And my lovely partner, who also just so happens to be in the room here.
Okay.
Just pointed out to me, to any Has-Been Hotel fans out there who are watching this stream, you will get this reference. Apparently, I am making so much reference to ducks that I am starting to sound like Lucifer from that show. You would kind of have to watch the show very dedicatedly in order to get that reference.
Ah, gotcha.
Blaine, I don't know if it would be a show for you, but to anyone out there,
they'll get it.
But we're going to be going back green here with Anthony McCurry and Alessandro Rodrigo on the front row here, Nick Gunther in third, and 137. I think it's the first time we really mentioned
Kez
Hiller out here.
Yep. Currently focused on Kez Hiller.
Right on the outside, Gunther going to right on that grip lane there where all that dark patch is.
Well,
all right,
46.
What do we got for this restart? Not a lot of tire spin. That's good to see.
Yep, little side to side, but that's normal. Trying to get that thing hooked up.
Keeping it straight at the. Oh, nope, I stand corrected. 24. Golly, he's having a whale of a night after starting front row. You feel for him.
The yellow flag is up in the air.
Seth Cole and 93 of as Tim. I'm gonna guess that's actually pronounced like Julie, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Very, very, very much apologize if I completely butchered that.
Oh, it happened in front of Goulet. The 24 is stopped on the track. So he got into the corner. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, bottomed out on the apron. Did the right thing, though. Locked the brakes up. And everybody did, actually. The car still finds a way to flip over, though. It's so funny. It's like the slow motion catastrophe. You know what I mean? Like,
And it's not like the track is super gripped up either. So yeah, I was very surprised at that.
It's like everybody stopped. And then little tappy tap, and the thing goes and just starts rolling down the hill.
It's the old Benny Parsons. It does a slow rollover. But with moderate damage, even if it's like a slow roll like that, that really actually doesn't hurt you that much. If you go tumbling and you're hitting the pavement a bunch of times, sure, that'll do it. But no, if you just do like that little roll like that, you're not really gonna notice anything.
And it's like who we're focused on right now, the 738 of Matt McIntyre, on the lead lap in 15th position with no hood. You know, so yeah, you might be damaged, but you could probably still get around this track, you know, and it's a long race. You can gain some spots, and, you know, a couple more cars just retired, so he gains those positions. It's all about points, especially in a long season that they run here at the High Voltage Racing League in the Maverick Cup Series, Tuesday nights. Next week, make sure to tune in. Did I set that screen up? I should have. Where's my schedule screen? There it is.
See, this is why I'm just the color commentator. You've got all the fancy stuff.
I got too many buttons. Coming up next week, June 11th, 2024, live at 8:30 again, maybe, as long as I remember how to run the game. It should go live at 8:30 from Pocono right here, of course, the Maverick Cup Series. And again, thank you to the Max Buchanan Foundation, presented by Rise Motorsports, sponsors for this evening's event. And of course, thanks again to the Snyder crew for having us here to do the fill-in for JTN. They will be back after we do these next two Tuesdays. Two Tuesdays.
They're two for Tuesdays.
Yeah. And I hear the engine's going, which means we are probably going. Green flag in the air again.
Shelton gets a little swirly back there, but keeps it pointing forward. Let's see if everyone else does so. These cold tires. Woo. Almost there was Phil Parker, who I think probably has the most laps led still at this point in the running, but currently mired way back in traffic.
Yeah, Phil Parker has 28 laps led tonight, and Anthony Vicuri has 18, so got to do some catching up. Currently focused on Santiago Gutierrez in the 81 there.
A nice looking car.
Yeah.
And that, oh goodness, in that 81. Like you said, just talented painters out here.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it.
And that's a cool style. It almost looks like a rallycross sort of paint job or something, you know? Like, it's not the kind of template you would see on a NASCAR per se, but it doesn't really matter because there's no rules.
Yeah, and it works. I mean, it looks great on the thing.
I'm a big fan of contrasting colors like that too. Like I'll put purple and green and brown on the car just because it'll make it look crazy, right?
Hey, yeah. I mean, why not? And I mean, yeah, definitely, like you said, took some inspiration from probably some other racing series, and it really works well on the SS. I'm loving the look of that thing. And back up here, top four remaining pretty consistent at the moment, all just maintaining their gaps compared to that 137. And up here is just as we were talking about that poor 81, we jinxed them.
Ah. Who was it?
Sorry, Santiago. It looked like he either self-spun or may have had help. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Don't go too far back. Running right behind.
Oh,
80.
yeah. He just got caught in the middle there, some bumping and whatnot.
Traffic jam. The lightest little nudge.
Yeah.
That was not much.
Most of the impact on the back, though. It shouldn't affect the... What's up?
camera's missing in the box. Where's the camera?
Thankfully.
Do you have it still?
Let's see what the pit strategy is going to end up being here. Anthony McCurry leading just about everybody. Oh, man, pretty much everybody. Joshua Mercurio there with a fake out, but is going to end up pitting. The guys staying out at the moment, either pit next time by or stealing a lap lead. So Mike Carroll's going to steal a lap lead here. I'm sure they do bonus points for that in this series. Got some. And four. That's fine. But Parker also on pit road there. Side damage. Shay, track this tight. That'll do it. We'll see who ends up pitting this second time by. But yeah, as Blaine alluded to a little bit earlier, it's just going to be a matter of surviving and trying to gain points. We were talking about the guy who went in the catch fence and is still running, Matt McIntyre, 14th in points. So doing really well for himself and trying to maybe gain a few of those points back. Andrew Levi is going to stay out this time. Just try to kind of keep all y'all watching updated here. As far as what's going on track, we are still under the caution. Lights just went out. The front row is going to be the 24 and the 8, it would appear. Followed by the 43 and 93. And then the 61 and 55. Going to be the first 3 rows here. It looks like actually maybe the 93 is actually voluntarily dropping back and relinquish his restarting position at his own discretion.
Do they do lane choice here?
Flag? No, I think that's just their it's like an aesthetic thing.
Oh, okay.
Because this is a 2023 version of the track, so I imagine that's probably just there to kind of keep it modern, and for leagues that do choose cone rules, which I know a few do.
Green flow. Josh got
Mercurio.
wicked loose, but he held on to it. That was pretty
Fantastic
awesome.
Save. The 8, not so much.
Oh,
And
and the 61. Yeah.
But no flips this time. That's good to see.
Don't say that out loud.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna jinx it. Like, hey, we got guys rolling.
And then we got guys tumbling through the infield because they just kissed the apron just a hair.
Yeah.
And Xander Levi's got a lot of fans in the chat here.
Yeah, thank you very much for everybody for participating in the chat. That's always super cool.
22 people watching at the moment. That number has been fluctuating like right around 20. And golly, I want to know what to do with that kind of viewership.
Yeah, here the biggest races we've ever done, obviously, are the ALS benefit races that we've done for Kelly Cossey. A lot of people watch those ones. That's wild, the amount of money that they generate for those big charity events, because it's not even fans of the game that are watching. You're dragging in all kinds of people who've never even seen this thing before, and then maybe you're bringing more fans to the game too, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it really cool. But I mean, and obviously, I mean, viewership has very little to like the numbers as far as viewership go have very little to do with what you and I do, and we probably don't worry about it that much.
No.
But whenever you do see a number, like there are certain numbers that'll make you go, "Ooh, that's a good chunk of people that I'm talking to here."
Currently, it says 22 concurrent viewers with a total of 90 hits tonight. So, and for some reason, I do not have. Who's that? 35 of Mike Carroll. I do not have his paint job. I don't. I believe that's a generic. That is definitely a generic. So apologies to the 35.
You know what's
Must have
funny?
missed
There's
one.
actually a couple cars that I don't have, and I've solely been relying on your stream to actually be able to see them.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I do actually have the 35.
Oh, okay.
It's hold on, let me try to get an angle that I can see. That is the oh my goodness. Maybe maybe it's for the better that you don't have that car.
Oh, you know what? I think I heard that one in the driver intros.
The
It had a
sponsor is
pretty
very
funny sponsor.
tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably an ice cream brand in all actuality. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, it's like it's some kind of like a liquor brand. Oh my gosh, that's very funny.
I see.
I don't know if I can say it on stream. I don't know how you feel about that.
He said it in the driver intro, and I kind of laughed at it, and then I don't have it even downloaded somehow. So there's like 45 gigabytes of cars to download. So that was one of them I missed, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you have the 24 and I don't. So
And
at least
I
there's
don't.
that. You're getting to see that beautiful car.
Yeah, and I don't like delete cars. Guys can release whatever they want. I don't care.
Pretty much halfway here. Green flag back out. Whoa!
Hold on,
Lane
everybody.
changing. Not exactly intentional lane changing, I don't think, but
So
nonetheless.
here's a stat I see this a little bit. So the number 8 of Buddy Campos has pitted once, whereas the number 6 of Tate Dorsey has pitted 16 times.
Oh,
so you know what I mean? It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So if you've got Buddy Campos with he's got one pit stop underneath him around lap 64 right now.
Oh, almost contact there. 81 and 24, but they don't keep it straight. 24 looks like he's probably struggling on some older tires. Phil Parker starting to come back forward.
Oh,
currently 6th. New leader is the 43.
Yep.
61 is. Wait. Oh, he must have
40
pitted or something.
Yeah, the 43 with a punched-in trunk lid, leading this thing the last couple laps. Nelson Rodrigo.
137. Looking for the lead.
So this is where we see if the high line and the low line, they really, if you know what you're running,
They were
Rodrigo
pretty
is-
close from what I
Yeah.
can tell in practice. The inside might be slightly preferred, but you can definitely make either lane work.
you're almost waiting for someone just to make a mistake. If you're able to concentrate and stay consistent, and then somebody slips, overshoots the turn, misses a break point, and that's when you can capitalize.
Ooh, kind of like Alison Rodrigo drifting up the track there just a smidge.
Yep. The 137 of Hiller's all over that green machine.
Hiller's being very aggressive, with trying to get back in line in front of that 55. Or how long Gunther's going to put up with that before he says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and cross you over. Might try to do it now, but 137 is going to get the run off. So we got another green flag run going here. But that's kind of the question mark when you got a race like this with this many cautions is, do you just keep pushing? Or are you going to... Allow me to rephrase that.
Okay. I will
Let me try
allow
that
it
again. Do you push just assuming that there's going to be more cautions? Or do you go ahead and start conserving for the chance that you end up with a long green flag run? Because it seems like either way is going to be a guessing game.
You wonder about that because it's like, okay, you get a bunch of yellows at the start of the race. Maybe some of the drivers aren't big fans of Dover. So now maybe they've been forced to retire. So now they're not on the track anymore. And then you get a bunch of guys who do like Dover and we can do some long runs. Like you said, maybe if you are trying to use everything up, that might be a bad thing because later in the race, people are finding their lines and maybe there is no more yellow flags and now you're burning all the wheels off the thing.
Exactly.
But you won't be the only one. You know, I don't drive very hard. I try to conserve no matter what. And the other guys will just use up all their stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And but that's kind of the balancing act that you have to do, because you kind of got to know the crowd that you're racing with and know, like, all right, is this going to be a race that, yeah, I'm going to just need to conserve, or should I just go hard because conserving's not really going to serve much purpose?
Yeah.
Gunther's going to get up to second. There's the caution.
Joseph Landy Pavlon, I was just focusing on him because he caught that pack and he just tapped. Just got, well, we can go into replay mode. Load him up. Where are we going? Here we go.
This is tight quarters racing, I would imagine. Yeah, Pavlon kind of sends it in there a little bit, and they just ran out of real estate. Neither of them looked like they really changed their line that much in that.
No, we were focused on Kez Hiller. Landy Pavlon was making a charge there. He saw, you know, a little bit of racing going on up there, and he was able to gain the position. And it doesn't even look like it looked like a lot more of a violent reaction. But then again, you might have a little bit of that net code that you were talking about before, where it's like just a little bit of a door rub wouldn't really cause that kind of an accident. But if you tend to lag out at the wrong time, the game sees it as catastrophic. Oh, and then Josh got into him too.
Yeah, hit him pretty good, but not terribly. We had 50 laps to go after this. We're within 50 to go when we go green here. If we go green, Blaine,
yeah,
I doubt they'll be able to make it on fuel, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe someone tries.
And see, even talking about those guys who only had like 2 pit stops, most guys have about 3 now. But you know, as long as you've got enough gas in the tank to get to the end, it might not even pit again, depending on the sequence of if we have any more yellows. You could make it all the way on fuel.
That's true. That's actually very true. Yeah, if we get a few more of those yellows, it is very likely to make it. I see Nick Gunther, who won the race off pit road, is already clutching as he's catching back up to the pace car here. So,
oh yeah,
these guys are definitely going to try.
How many different numbers does Jessica Shelter run? Because I've seen her in the 9, I've seen her in the 20.
Most common number I see her in is the 9.
Okay.
I've seen her in the 29 as well. So, but yeah, 9 and 20 seem to be her mainstays. Yeah, she has been around for a long, long time. One of the, honestly, probably one of the original mentors for me, as far as kind of introducing me around and getting me into a couple places, introduced me to the Bomb Squad Cup Series.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a huge advocate for a lot of online racing. There is that driver, that number 9, Jessica Shelton, and mad respect to her for everything that she has done.
And that's the thing, you have to have a couple of cars on backup, because if you're joining into a league and your number's already taken, oh, no problem, I got a backup. You run a 19 or a 29 or a 39. There'll always be a 9 in there somewhere.
Funny, I have 3 numbers that I go to. My main 2 are the 47 and the 86. If both of those are taken, I will default to the 31, just because, I don't know, I kind of like Jeff Burton in those days.
Oh, cool.
But then if that one's taken, then I'm kind of in trouble.
Yeah, I'm always a 72. That's not a very common number, but I have had to use 73 every once in a while.
How about this? We got the 2 duck cars side by side for the lead. Well, not anymore.
Still focused on Jessica. Just drove right past Josh Mercurio on that restart.
Barely holding on to it back there. Jessica's getting a little loose. Josh has been in traffic throughout most of this thing. Got the 80 right behind him. Golly, it's just a hornet's nest whenever you're back to 6 on back. As I saw that coming. 24 just bounced off the 61.
Yep, Xander Levi goes around.
Levi
or Levy? I'm gonna say Levi.
I'm sticking to Levi just to be safe. Is the caution not out?
Caution is not out. Green is still up there.
There it goes.
Did it go? Okay.
I think something else may have happened.
Strange delay on the yellow there. Somebody
If
must.
they were.
That's the thing. If
I
you're not,
wonder if it's
you know,
actually manual cautions. Yeah. Yep. The admin has to be the one to throw it.
oh, okay.
I wonder if it's like, so yeah, I kind of wonder if it's like if it's a single car, they won't throw it. It has to be contact. Because I'm checking the chat, and yeah, they're kind of going on about like it was a single or it wasn't. So once I think it was confirmed that it was contact, then they said, okay, yep, that is reason to throw it.
So, right, okay. I see, because the game will still do it automatically, but you can force it to come out. In
Yeah,
a
I think that
situation
there's
like that, where they're like, okay, yeah, it should have came out, we'll put it out.
I think that there is another mod for that actually that you could throw unlimited cautions. I wanted to say Tyler Mallon also did that too. And,
I think so. Somebody, yeah, because there's Better Cautions mod. You do have to run a custom executable though, and I don't have that, so they clearly aren't running that. Everybody involved would have to run the same executable, but they've it's handy on road courses because if the yellow comes out and you're at like the circuit of the Americas, which is like a 3.9 mile track, you know, it takes a long time to get around that track, and if you're going to do 2 laps of caution, you'll be sitting there for 15 minutes. So what you're able to do is like bring the yellow out, let everybody get stacked back up, and then just put it back to green again, like anywhere you want, which is insane, you know. So
pretty much. So like right here, they're coming to like they could make it so that we're coming to 1 to green here if they so chose. Like if everyone's going to be caught up in time, then they can just go right for it. Yep, like right there. I'm willing to bet you that the game would have probably kept the caution out for at least another lap or 2. So look who's back up here. Will Parker.
trying to get out, and there he is. Always there,
Third
lingering
place,
around.
Yeah. You got first and third in the points up here on the front row. Curio is, unless some things go his way for these final, I think 43 laps, he's going to be hurting a little bit on those points. I don't know if it's going to be interesting because I think with this caution we're going to be a little more secure as far as a few guys possibly making it on gasoline.
Yeah, mathematics is always fun.
Well, depends on the setting, but here we go. We'll clip the apron there. Parker's going to drop back. Good save, though. Gunther's going to take the lead outright.
Yeah, great restart by Gunther.
Rodrigo and then Mercurio. Bunch of guys sideways. Oh my gosh, that 81 actually going to hold on to that? How the heck is that possible?
Skill.
He was sideways that whole straightaway.
Pure skill. Loose is fast.
Loose is fast and on the edge, and that. I'll come back to that. I just put. Oh goodness gracious! Matt McIntyre just wrecked the 24. Washington's going to be back out here.
24 actually held on to it. That was pretty interesting.
Really? Holy moly!
Yep. Definitely got. There was definitely contact there, but just the right spot. You know, they were able to hold on to it.
Yeah, I think McIntyre got put in an awkward spot there because he's damaging off the pace, so he's probably trying to stay out of Mercurio's way, and it's like, darn it, I got really nowhere to go here. Sorry. Sorry to Levi. Lee, what a save.
Zachary Hall's car, the 32, looks like a dairy cow. What's on the hood of that thing?
Ooh, everybody's oh. Well, I was about to say everybody's pitting except Keith Hughes.
Whoa.
Driver, that's a couple drivers that have stayed out so far. 137, 86, and the 6. The Duck creator himself, Mr. Dorsey.
Thank you for the duck. Because we focus on the duck a lot today. New addition
how can
to the
you not?
monster.
It's awesome.
Yeah. That's great.
And it became the meme, and now we have further solidified it here tonight in the Maverick Cup Series.
Yep.
You got 5 cars running duck colors. It's too much fun. Shout out to Josh 2 in the YouTube chat there, saying two great guys commentating. I mean, I can definitely at least say one of these guys is pretty good up here.
Well, Josh will be backing me up there next week because you're not able to make it, eh?
I probably not. I'm probably running RTG.
Oh, okay.
Although I don't know. I mean, if that, it maybe. I don't know. My on track time has been very lacking lately. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll make it a trifecta here.
Okay, yeah, we can do that too. Yeah, because I got Josh.
Possibly.
He reached out and I said, yeah, and I knew you were not able to do it next week. It was kind of like up in the air, so I always like to make sure I got my bases covered.
Hey, good on you. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Although, yeah, getting to call a race with Josh, I think you guys are gonna have a great time.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be at Pocono next week, right here at the Maverick Cup Series. High Voltage Racing League presentation.
All right, what we got going on here on this restart? Oh, that's lag. Oh, that was big lag. I think that was Bishop. No, that was Gunther. Oh, goodness. That's unusual. I don't see that from him too often, but yeah, it looks like that's actually what caused it that time.
55. Let's check them out here. We'll load up a replay. Yeah, I saw a lot of flashing cars back there.
Yep, he morphed out just as Nelson Rodrigo was getting really close to him. So I'm willing to bet he reappeared probably with his back end in Rodrigo's nose.
Yep, that looks like exactly what happened. Unfortunately.
Not much damage for the 55. I just don't know if they might send an AOL for that.
Most of the cars down to pit road again.
Mercurio's sticking to his guns, though. It looks like he's going to stay out along with Dorsey and Parker. We got the 80 also so far. Trey Kinsey out here. I believe that is the 32 who is currently in P5. So the 20 cars still on the track. All on the lead lap as it stands. 21st through 30th out of the race. We have not had any retirees since the 8, and he retired, if I recall correctly, quite a bit ago.
25 laps ago, yep.
Okay. And yeah, Ulysses retired quite a ways back when he flipped. So yeah, I mean, all things considered, I mean, there's a lot of wounded race cars out there, but at the end of the day, I think that as long as you still got a car that's capable of any form of speed, you got a shot to win here for these final. We are down to 35, 34 now. Laps to go. This thing is starting to finally ticked down.
And Team Duck
That-
coming onto the pits here now. Seth Cole,
Oh yeah, one of those-
RJ Bishop, and
Several guys,
Mr.
yeah.
McIntyre. Until
McIntyre
the
was up almost in the top 10 in that thing at one point.
yeah, there's been a lot of fluctuation in a few drivers here too tonight. You know, you see them up front, and they're at the back, and then like a silver black flag, and then it's yellow, and they're back up there again, and it's just don't give up. You know, I mean, some guys obviously have to because they have catastrophic damage in the car. You know, if you can't do 140 mile an hour on the straightaway, you're just in the way.
Yeah, that's just going to lead to other problems for everyone else. Going back to green flag here. Blaine, this has been really freaking cool to be up in the booth with you again. Holy moly!
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's always fun to do this stuff, and I haven't done it in a while. At work, everything just been a whirlwind at work. So today I just barely made it, and then it took us another extra 20 minutes to figure out that I was putting stuff in the wrong spot. So it was like, oh, that's why it's not working. Mercurio with a launch pad there. He just hit the rocket boosters and drove around the 6th there. Tate Dorsey
Way up the track
on the high line. Yeah,
Holy
wow.
moly! He's going to get a great drive off though. But hello, 80 right behind him. That's someone that we haven't seen up this far quite yet. Ooh,
Yep,
Dorsey's
Trey
getting loose.
Kinsey. 170 mile an hour into the turn. Backing her
Save for
down.
Dorsey, and they keep it going straight. Mercurio, yep, going to about that mid 140s range. It's a good tire saving speed. I think the 24 may have also just retired. I just saw him disconnect from the team speak. And yep, Xander Levi's second place starter is out as we've got battle for the lead side by side, 80 versus 86.
Yep.
Mercury waiting in the wings.
Josh did have 5 laps led. Oh, did he get it? Yes, he did.
80 got that lap led that time, but
Yep, Trey
golly,
Kinsey
I thought
to the
86
lead.
was about to spin right down into a great side-by-side battle with these two.
So 28 laps led tonight by Phil Parker, 24 laps led by Anthony McCurry.
Oh no, there goes the 80. Trying to save it, but he's going to lose a position or two.
Fastest lap of the evening so far, Zachary Hall, 22.3 seconds at 161.9 miles an hour. We do
Not
have
bad.
30 drivers start the race, and there is 19 remaining.
Zachary Hall just fell out of team speak. Oh, but now he's back in, so I think he's fine.
Yeah, he's
Is he
2
still on track
laps.
there?
Yeah, 2 laps down. Zachary Hall, let's see, number 32.
I don't see the cow car on the track. I think he may have fallen out.
Yeah, it looks like he did. I'm not able to pull him up.
Yep. Oh, wait, what? I'm a little confused with as far as what's going on with 32, but regardless, we got new competition here for the 86, and that's the 61. Starting to really give him a lot of
Like you blink and then
hassle
it's
here.
like, where did these guys come from? Now Mercurio driving out the review mirror, looking at Parker and Mercury behind him.
Jeffrey Elliott in chat there.
Kinsey in the
Giving a big
mix
shout out
too.
to his best bud.
Hey, Jeffrey Elliott, the number 56, Talladega Nights Racing League. They ran a tight ship over there, man. That was a crazy, crazy time with those guys.
Speaking of crazy times, look at this top 5. They are
I know.
mashed up together.
These guys are not.
Oh,
well,
no!
I was going to say they're not leaving much room, and we just ran out of some room. But that might be. Did they save that? Is the yellow out?
They're still racing.
Still green.
At the moment, at least.
Yeah, they were able to save it. They got a little bit squirrely there, but they didn't go around.
Parker not giving. Oh, goodness.
Mercurio into the wall,
Right
but
into
he
the
saved
wall. He just contact from the 61.
I'm just
Golly,
leaving
has
it.
Not been,
Leaving it on
Mercurio has
spectator
not been
camera.
happy.
I don't know what camera to put it on because some of these other ones, the camera gets hidden behind stuff.
Bill Parker finally back to the lead after all this time, but Anthony McCurry right on his tail. Don't count out that 81.
No.
And you got Nick Gunther. Oh, goodness, Nick Gunther in fourth with a bit of a gap. That is a deadly position.
And that 80 was right up there, too, to Trey Kinsey, but got a little bit of a mishap and dropped back to about, I think it's 11th, but was up in that top 5.
Just in front of, oh, Nelson Rodrigo just went around on the back stretch.
Green is still, if
Not
he doesn't,
thrown it yet.
Yep, if nobody's driving at him, it should stay green.
Jeffrey Elliott has called you a stud, good sir.
Yeah, man, Jeffrey runs a tight ship, man. There is a lot of fun over there at Talladega Nights Racing League. Pass the torch over to Prime Time. Tons of leagues here in NASCAR racing 2003 seasons. Always somewhere to race.
Big leagues, small leagues.
Yep.
Different tracks, different physics.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, we
There are
run
20 laps to go here, Blake.
Oh, Josh, that might bring out a yellow. Just off in the distance there. We're nearing the end of the race, so I'm hesitant to step away from the front of the pack here, but yeah, we do definitely have a yellow right now. I wonder.
Boy.
Yeah, Josh got a little out of sorts there. Door banging with Hiller. Up into the fence, or not the fence, into the wall.
It has been a trial and tribulation for the driver of that 86 tonight. He's not been happy with a lot of people.
There's some marks on that rig, that is for sure.
Everybody's coming down pit road this time here. I gotta imagine this is going to be the money stop.
This is definitely going to be the money stop because they will not need a full tank of fuel. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here.
Tires, tires, tires.
You think it's going to be, yeah, it has to be at least right sides. Right sides for Josh.
We're going to focus in on about the 25 and the 55 here. And I also on that 81.
61 getting full service. 137 getting full service.
4 tires for the 25 and the 55. It looks like pretty much all around the board.
Yeah.
RJ Bishop looks like he took 2 tires, although got hung up behind his teammate. But it is still going to gain some track position with that call there, at least gain probably 5 positions.
You can see Tim Gouet there. You can't really see him on the broadcast, but I can see him. He's back there kind of across pit road trying to get straightened out.
Yeah.
The 93. I see.
Nice looking car.
That is really nice. Well, that's sponsor of tonight's race, actually, the Max Buchanan Foundation. The Max Buchanan Foundation 200-mile race this evening, sponsored by them, presented by Rise Motorsports.
We're going to have, when we go green this time, it looks like Zachary Hall's going to get one of his laps back there. I think, he probably just fell out of the server. But we are going to have 16 laps to go here at the green. Pretty much everybody on fresh tires. Oh boy, just based on what we've been seeing, I don't think that I think that this is going to be quite spicy. Is a way to word it.
That is a word that I would approve of using, yes. This could get spicy because they're getting really racy up there, man. Like that top 5, that battle for the top 5 was very, very cool. And we got Phil Parker in first place, and he is on the outside line.
Oh, yeah?
He chose.
He got great jump.
Yeah, he did. He chose to start. I guess they do have lane choice from the front row because he was definitely on the right.
Front row lane selection, and that paid off for him. McCurry's going to fall in behind him, maybe just try to save his stuff here just a little bit. I mean, this is just a long enough run that you don't want to burn it up too quickly. Although you never know with these cautions.
Yeah.
Just checking on through the field. 15
15 laps. You can definitely dummy those tires in 15 laps. Not completely, but
here. So Ben just confirmed in the chat this race is 200 kilometers.
Oh, interesting. Now I know how far we're going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which makes sense because if you do 125 laps at Daytona, that's a 500K.
Okay.
Archer is checking out. I'm willing to bet he's going to run the fastest lap of the race here.
Yeah, this is nuts.
Now, I will say, Parker was the quickest in practice, and you want to know what time he ran in practice to be the fastest? 21.9.
Okay, see, you just said that, and I looked up my stats ticker, and it was still Zach Armstrong with a 22.3. It just changed to Phil with a 22.2. Right as you said, he's probably going to run the fastest lap tonight. I looked up, and it updated to Phil Parker.
Yeah.
Fastest lap on the night, 162.999 miles an hour with a 22.158. That just happened like 2 laps ago.
I love the 999 on there. That's pretty cool. But is he burning up his stuff too much, though, as we got 11 laps to go here? I think that McCurry, who also just ran his personal best, I think McCurry is just kind of buying his time right now. I think that you're going to see that Coca-Cola 61 gnawing on the heels of that 25 before this thing is done. If this goes green.
And I will put the live interval at the line up right now, the top left corner of your screen of the top 10. Distance from the leader. Parker is got a 0.52 second lead on the 61 of Anthony McCurry, second place that last time around. This is a live update, so we're going to see very quick 52 changes to a 46. So they're staying within that pocket. He's not pulling away. But that will be a number to watch. I put that little interval up there because it actually updates instantaneously when the cars cross the line. So
well, Gunther's now
where the ticker takes a while.
Trying to find his way around. Ooh, he gained big that time.
Yeah. That's the thing, too. That's second place. They start racing each other. But they're actually spread out pretty good right now.
Yeah,
quarter second apart.
I think Nick knows that he's got to maybe bide his time just a little longer so that he can allow him and McCurry to get up there because then that'll give him a chance to win. Credit to the 81 and the 68 who are running 4th and 5th at the moment. But if this goes green, ooh, yeah, Parker's starting to slip.
Yep, 61's reeling him in. 55 right on the bumper. They definitely close those gaps, respectively. Parker is driving that thing almost sideways. It looks like it's about to break loose in some of these camera angles. He's got that thing going through the corners so hard.
He's driving it as hard as he can, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Oh my goodness, look how close 55 just got there. This is going to be a good one here. 5 laps to go.
Yeah, we are definitely not taking our eyes off this top, basically the leader. You know, we try to keep the camera in the middle of everybody here. So,
yeah, these top 3 are actually the most tightly packed out of the whole field. I just did a quick kind of sweep through to see who all's where, and everyone's pretty spread out. This top 3 is actually the tightest battle we got going.
See, Gunter's getting underneath McCurry, but he's not able to hold that line. It seems to be like that middle to high line is just the more consistent one.
Ooh, although I think Parker just overdrove that corner.
61 right on the bumper. 55 gets a good launch into the corner, but he can't make it stick coming out.
Yeah, because on that inside lane, and that's just can't quite get the run off there. Oh, wow. That's close.
Yep.
This is awesome.
The 55 of Nick Gunther is able to drive that thing right to the apex, right up beside the 61, but he can't make that bottom line stick. He's there again right now, but he's not going to be able to make it stick. And maybe he
keeps his nose down there.
Oh, man. He's able to get there, but then when he hits the apex, he falls back.
Good run here then for the 61. Nick Parker. Oh, goodness.
Just
no!
throwing it in there. The 61 goes around. This will be it.
Oh, no. That white flag. Actually, I think they're letting him race.
The white
Yeah,
flag is up.
It's
It
not
looks like
over.
the leader made it to the end. This might not be over with yet.
This is not over at all.
Wow. What a fantastic.
Big dive. Oh, he hit the apron. That's game over. Parker's going to win it.
Yep. You're right. Wow.
That is a win for Phil Parker.
Wow.
I got to give him a ton of credit for being able to hold off those two at the end there.
Wow.
Golly, that was cool.
That was a very, very good finish.
But just way too close there. I think the 61 tried to dive it under the 25 at the same time. The 55 tried to dive it under the 61, and they just same real estate.
Yeah.
And yeah, it ain't no free real estate at this in these things. That was a really stupid joke, I will admit.
And the flag in the window, Phil Parker, as he burns his place to the ground.
I just noticed, thank you, Mr. Sykes, for the compliment earlier on. And Q-Man, Quentin Moore, also throwing out, get that Philly cheesesteak, Phil. Good burnout there.
I always love it when I've got the camera locked onto them and then they go into that burnout and it goes into the track and gets all snowy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like all the old white noise. What a phenomenal finish to that race. Holy moly.
Yeah, chaotic one, which kind of happens sometimes. But yeah.
That final...
was awesome.
That final pit stop really set those guys up for that last 20 laps or so, and they were just giving her, to say the least.
You're not kidding. That was great. I think that Phil just kind of went by the mentality that we were talking about of just, all right, he's just gonna go for it, assume that the caution comes out, and hope it does. I think he burned up his stuff a little bit, but still, the fact that he was able to hold off those two was incredibly, incredibly impressive.
Oh, we got some people hanging out in the room here. Benjamin, you got anything you want to say, man? What a fantastic finish to that race. That was great.
I came down to let you know that the top 3 are ready for their interviews.
Sweet. Send them in here. Or no, wait, do I have control? I think I might have control.
You do. I have one of them in here already.
Oh, who's that? Who we got?
Santiago Gutierrez, who finished 3rd.
Oh, perfect. Santiago, man.
Good night, people. Good night.
Fantastic run. We were watching you guys, trying to get to Parker. The guy was driving away with it, but you started reeling him in. So, what did that look like from your perspective? Because that's always, when you're able to try to run those guys down, and he's looking in his review mirror.
Well, I know that was a tough race since the start. The car feels weird at the start, but gains some read in the middle and falls down. I know my car was falling down on long stints, so trying to stay with the group, waiting for some surprises. Like I see in the last 2 laps, it was simple. Stay here, stay in the moment, and catch the 3rd place.
What was your favorite line out there? Like a lot of guys are running that high line, but some guys are making that low line work.
Yeah, I was trying to make a middle line for the race, trying to invent something different like the other people.
It was a wild race, man. Was there any with that last fuel kind of tire change? Was there any strategy in that, or was it going to be a full service pit stop? How much gas did you need?
I was thinking about too much of the gas. I think maybe put that doesn't put in the last stop a splash of feet may help to gain some advantage, but in the counts was all the same strategy like the other ones. Only take care much of the tires and push it in the finish. That's all.
Yeah, we're always kind of wondering on the last pit stop. It's like, do you gamble and maybe take like maybe half a can less and hope that you can maybe make it? And some guys, you know, they just they push that fuel window.
Yeah, I have enough fuel for the last 50 laps, so I doesn't care in fuel in the last pit stop. Only I was notice I doesn't have a first year since the start of the race, so trying to get outline for the restart, and that's all. So that's why I restarted in fourth place instead of a third place in the last yellow.
Oh, right. Well, man, that was a fantastic run to the end, dude. It was a great race all around. So, thanks for filling us in on the behind the scenes info, dude. And we'll definitely see you here next Tuesday at Pocono. I believe we're racing at Pocono.
Yeah, I see it's Pocono. I thought was Bristol.
Yeah, that's a fun. I mean, a lot of people don't like Pocono, but it's a long track. But I kind of like it. It's a little bit weird. It's a weird one, so that should be fun.
Pocono. I like Pocono also.
Yeah, I can get around that. That'll be pretty cool, man. So yeah, thanks again. Congratulations on the first place. The third place, would that be considered the first podium finish? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying. Yes.
Okay,
oh, really?
It's the first of the year. It's the first one.
That's the first time the first podium finish for you for the season.
Yeah, it's the first one for the season.
Ah, okay, gotcha. That's cool, man. Congratulations. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you again next week. Win next week. Just do that. Right. Just win.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna hold you to it. Win Pocono. Awesome, buddy. Have a good night, man. And he is gone. Santiago Gutierrez. That was an awesome finish for him. Nick.
Yeah.
Hey now. Second place, dude. How hard were you driving that car?
Well, you gotta go push at the very end of that run. Of course, in the last bit there, you still gotta save your tires just by quite a bit though, because this Miles loves to eat tires for breakfast.
How many laps could you get on tires? Because the fuel, you guys are probably looking, was it like 40 laps or so for fuel?
It was about 45 to 49 laps of fuel, I would say, but you definitely don't want to last that long.
No.
I would say like tires, probably like 10 laps. Like it's just like Rockingham. It just destroys tires, which I love. I love tire management races.
Oh wow, really? So you're talking about like a fuel run, half your fuel run is gone just in tire management.
And your tires are basically in the yellow or getting close to the red at that point, about in the 3/4 of the run. So you definitely gotta take care of your stuff very well here.
Jeez, yeah, we were watching you trying to run down Parker, man, but like all you guys up in that top like 10 were just right there. You know, it's definitely exciting. You watch the broadcast back, you can hear Andrew and I just loving every second of it.
I mean, at this point, the whole NR community should just call me Mr. Excitement, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know what nickname. I mean, I've been called plenty of nicknames before, and I will not say any of them because there's a lot of no words in there.
Yeah, that's something for the Tarnation TV Turbo channel, because that's the one with no filter. But yeah, this is a family show. Keep it clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we will.
Oh man, yeah. So obviously, yeah, fuel is not an issue. Tires definitely were. Like, how bad do you think, like, Phil was driving that thing so hard it almost looked like he was drifting it?
I kind of had him dead to rights because I know I was kind of like managing my stuff a little bit better than him in the 61. But the problem was you really couldn't make the inside move at all. You can try to dime in the corner a little bit, but I had the 61 could try to go a little bit lower. And that would have been the area where I would have tried to pass Anthony, but then I would have had to back off regardless, and then I would just have to reset another lap just to try again. And I know I sent it down in there coming to 1 lap to go. what I'm looking back at the incident right now, I know I sent it down there pretty good, but it looked like a combination of two things. I feel like I slightly came up, but he more likely came down, and then like we kind of like a little bit of a net code / warp right then and there, and that's what just done him in. And I just feel so sorry for Anthony for doing that, man. I really didn't mean for that to happen. I'm sorry. You deserve a lot better finish than what you did, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we were watching you line him up and get there and just not be able to make it work. So I think he might have been trying to shut that door a little bit more just because he saw what you were trying to do for like 10, 12 laps in a row, like, you know, setting up that move and then, you know, being able to hold you off. It's like he probably obviously saw it as a threat, but it's definitely fun to watch, man, because it's like, oh, he's going to try again. It's like, oh, I didn't make it. Couple laps go by, try it again, and it was very, very good racing.
I mean, Dover always produces great racing, and on NR, it's so much fun. Unfortunately, the first half was a show in itself, it's a little sideshow there, but I'm glad we managed to put on the main show at the end of the race.
Yeah, the end of the race was definitely where it's at, but yeah, man. So yeah, we'll move up the list here and talk to Phil. But congratulations on the second place finish there. Definitely fun to watch. It was, yeah, we'll come up with a good nickname. We'll have to go to the.
Yeah, maybe at some point when if I ever were to go back to like I don't know, what do you guys do? What else do you guys do? I forget.
Everything.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Of course, shout out to the big duck, and I'll be out. See you.
Right on, man. Thanks.
Yeah, the big duck finished second. You gotta love that.
That's it. Yeah, hey, Phil, you there, bud?
I am here. Got you loud and clear.
Man, you were driving the hell out of that thing. We were watching. It almost looked like you were drifting through some of those corners. You were driving that thing so hard. What did your tires look like at the end of that?
I couldn't tell you. That was just, I raced as hard as I could. I mean, got the win. All glory to God, you know, praise him. But to answer your question on the tires, I think I got a bit too much of a jump on the restart, so I was just holding on for dear life.
Yeah, because I watched you get a huge lead, and then they were slowly reeling you back in. So we were kind of curious if you were, you know, just maybe trying to conserve it a little bit and knew you could still pull it off, or did you kind of burn up everything really fast?
I think at the first part, it was just try to get as far out of the gap as possible. But when I realized how much more we had left, and I saw them reeling in, I was like, as long as I can hold this outside, I think I got a shot holding them off. So, I mean, you know, we did a good job, and I'm just glad that was finally able to get a win, because it's been a long time coming.
Oh, has it? Yeah, it was a great win, man. Because that would not have been easy. I'm horrible at leading because I'll forget to do like a little, like, you know, you've got your entry points and your exits and all that kind of stuff, and then you kind of overthink it and you'll slip a bit, and that's me every time. I'm like, oh man, like if I could have just concentrated, but then when you start concentrating on trying to concentrate, you lose concentration. You overthink it, right? And I could never hold that lead, but yeah, that was a lesson in how to do it, because you were just consistently up there the whole time.
Oh yeah, you know, like we were up there in the front most of the race. Had a few, you know, minor setbacks, but nothing major. Just kept clawing our way back up there, and you know, I've been up front in a few of these races, and you know, most of the time the circumstances haven't gone my way, but I'm just glad it finally went my way for once. I have not won it all this year, so
wow,
it's good to get that monkey off my back.
Yeah, and then leading 52 laps, so you pretty much, let's see, the 61 was 24 laps led for the 61 car, but you had 52, led the most laps, won the race, had the pole, like your first win, and you just obliterated everybody because you dominated this race, man. So it's awesome race for you.
Yeah, thank you. And before we go, I want to say thank you to RV2 Motorsports for giving me such a fast car. I mean, the thing was a rocket ship all race long, so I'm thankful they brought me a good car out. I want to thank all the men and women that have served our country and the men and women that currently serve our country. I've got a few family members that are in the military. My sister is one of them. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we have. So it's easy to take that for granted with the world we live in nowadays. And
Yeah.
before I go, I want to say thank God for putting me in this position. It's, like I said, it's been a long time coming. Blaine, you've known me for a couple of years, so you kind of know when I'm up there and I have a shot, I'm going to take the best shot I can and give it all I have, and that's all I can do every now and then.
Yeah, man, you found the line and that thing was on rails, dude. So that was awesome to watch you hold those guys back. So, yeah, congratulations on just dominating this race. Like we said, pole position, win the race, most laps led, and 185 points.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the race from up.
Yes, we did. Benjamin, man, what a great run, man. Like that that whole entire race was fantastic. Dover is always cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us too, by the way. Sorry for the delay at the start, but we figured it out and we definitely got to watch a quality show. So, and then we're back here next Tuesday for some Pocono action.
Yep, that should be really exciting. Got a special paint scheme I'm working on for that race, so you'll see it when it hits the track.
Nice. Oh, it's a secret. Tune in next week to see the 22's paint scheme. That's a teaser.
Yep.
Awesome, Ben. Well, yeah, we'll Andrew and I will wrap this thing up, and then we'll see you back here next Tuesday. Andrew, you still there, man?
Yes, sir.
Aha. Yeah, Andrew, thanks a lot for helping me out this evening, dude. It was a lot of fun, and it was a great finish.
Well, that final 20 laps was freaking awesome. But no, yeah, I mean, being able to be in the booth again and calling one of these things, been too long. So I'm glad I got to do it. I'll see kind of where I'm at next week. Again, my to anyone out there who is still watching this, I know I haven't been racing very much lately. I've just been kind of dealing with just keeping busy and just not really having much energy to actually put myself on track lately. I'm hoping to try to fix that soon. So we'll see what happens. But if things, I mean, I guess you could say if things go my way or don't go my way, one way or the other, may or may not be in the booth with you and Josh next week. If not, then I'll be racing RTG. But if so, hey, we'll three-man calling the race action. I think we'd have some fun with that. And but again, yeah, just kind of a chill, laid back, fun time calling this thing. I'm glad we got to do it, and thank you for reaching out to me for and asking me to do this, because I'm glad you did.
Yeah, man, I got a short list and you're on it. So, yeah, join us next week, and it'll be, Josh 2 on standby, or Andrew Miller, or Blaine Donlin. We'll all be here hanging around, probably one way or the other. If we're not on the track, we'll be in the booth talking about it. So, yeah, man, thanks again, Ben, for having us, and thanks, Andrew, for backing me up, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
You guys did?